bookish friends, welcome back to Amanda's Bookish Adventures. It is a vlog. I'm planning just to read one vlog and kind of do self-care. I'm not slumping, but I haven't really read a lot, so by the time you're seeing this, it's in July, so I'm going to say it's a self-care vlog. But I am rereading one of my favorite releases from 2020, Something to Talk About. I listened to the audiobook about Something to Talk About, and the narrators did a phenomenal job. I love the writing style. I definitely want to give it a reread, and I want to read her new Meryl's I don't know if I want to say that, Meryl's Wisner, but I love this cover, so I thought I'd read to you what the back of the book says. A showrunner and her assistant give the world something to talk about when they accidentally fuel a ridiculous rumor in this debut romance, which I'm excited to reread it. Hollywood powerhouse Jo is photographed making her assistant Emma laugh on the red carpet. And just like that, the tabloids declare them a couple. This so-called scandal couldn't come at a worse time, threatening Emma's promotion in Jo's new movie. As the gossip spreads, it starts to affect all areas of their lives. Paparazzi are following them outside the office, coworkers are treating them differently, and a source is feeding information to the media. But their only comment is no comment. With the launch of Jo's film fast approaching, the two women begin to spend even more time together. Getting along famously, Emma seems to have a sixth sense for knowing what Jo needs, and Jo, knowing for being aloof and outwardly cold, opens up to Emma in a way neither of them expects. They begin to realize the rumor might not be so off base, but acting on sparks between them worth fanning the gossip. So it is an age gap. Jo is older than her. She is also, what I remember, which we got cut off, is Jo is a childhood star. She has acted for a very long time now. She is producing movies. So she's dealt with the paparazzi for a very long time. And I know Emma has been her assistant for a while. So that's what I remember from this. I do remember the paparazzi stalking them, but I remember having so much fun and laughter. It is sapphic, it is queer. I'm excited to go back into it. I think Meryl, I'm just going to show you the author's last name too. I think her second book is age gap. It's queer, but I think it's age gap as well. So I am excited to read that, but for right now I'm just rereading this. And if I remember correctly, this is what it looked like on the red carpet. Oh, it got bent a little, that's all right. But I'm excited to get into it, and I think I'm gonna read you the first sentence, or first couple sentences. All right. So, Jo Jones is in the running for a silver gig, the headline on the screen said. Right beneath it in italics read, but should she be? Emma huffed as she scrolled through the article for the 5th time. She didn't normally spend her morning reading gossip columns about her boss, but earlier that week, Jo had a meeting with the studio producing the next Agent Silver movie. As her assistant, Emma knew which appointments were on Jo's schedule, but not what happened with them. She wanted to know how the meeting had gone. All right, that's all I'm going to read, but I am excited to get into this. And from what I remember, I think there's dueling perspectives because there was dueling narrators. I don't know. I think Emma has more, but Jo, if I remember correctly, I think we read a lot more from Emma's. I could be wrong, which I'm excited to see where we go. I think I'll update you guys when I get to 100 pages and tell you how I'm feeling. So I got into my first update to Something to Talk About. I got to, I think it's 100. And I'm loving this. I'm loving Jo and Emma's chemistry. So she invited Emma to the SAG Awards to be a buffer, so none of the paparazzis or the press ask her about her next project as a writer for Agent Silver. And it's such a beloved franchise. They're saying a woman can't do it. They're throwing in her race with her being Chinese American and stuff. So she basically invited Emma to the awards for the buffer. It kind of goes later on, she did also invite her because she enjoys Emma's company and stuff. I am loving the side characters. I love Emma's family, and I love Joe's. We had one interaction with Joe's brother. I'm loving her best friend Everlyn or Everly, but she just calls her Ev. I'm loving that. I'm loving their interactions, but Joe is second guessing since an article came out about basically them being in a relationship, which at this point they're not. They're not in a relationship. The chemistry is good. I could see it. Even people see it on the pictures in the press, but interactions that are so normal. So what I was saying, interactions that have felt normal between Joe and Emma, she is second guessing everything. She's always been appropriate, but now, like, if there's one little thing she's second guessing. We also are dealing with articles. She's been in Hollywood, I think it said for 30 plus years or something in Hollywood. She's never commented about her love life. So her publicist is trying to get her on top of the story. That's not working. She's like, if I don't say anything, it'll go away. And it's not really going away. It is interesting with her being in Hollywood for so long. I'm really enjoying. Joe does talk about her family situation, and it was sad. I am loving Joe's perspective, and I'm loving Emma's. I don't have a favorite. I think they're unique, and they're both perfectly written for this story. I think I'm going to update you guys around 200. I think I'm remembering about a situation that's going to happen, 2 situations that's going to happen later in the book. I forgot to mention, so in the author's Meryl's bio, author bio, it does not mention if she's worked in television. So the research she must have done to be for not necessarily the screenwriter, but because Joe owns the production company, and it's the show that she's worked on for years, her show. So, and Emma was a production assistant before she was Joe's assistant. So we're dealing with, it's written really well. We're dealing with writers and actors and the behind the scenes of the show. I'm loving it. I just thought I should mention that I did not see anything about television. So the research that they must have done, it's amazing, and I'm loving the aspect of the book. So I just thought I should. I'm at 197 and I'm getting tired. It's about 1 a.m. in the morning, and my window's open, and when it's open, my door opens. I'm loving this book. It is one of my favorites. I love the conversations they have in this book. Okay, so I love the conversations they have. And of course it's doing it again. Let's see if I turn this way out the bed frame. Will it change the color? No? Okay. So like I said, I love the conversations in this book. The representation is beautiful. The conversations that surround situations in Hollywood is beautiful. Joe is amazing. Emma is amazing. The side characters are amazing in this book. It is beautiful. I love it. I love the chemistry, like I've said. I love the relationship and the development of the relationship. I absolutely adore it. I do think I'll read some more. Maybe I'll drink some caffeine. Don't have to necessarily be up till 10 tomorrow, and so I could lose a couple hours of sleep. All right, I'll let you go, and I'll update you probably in 30. Hopefully, if I finish it tonight, I'll update you. If not, I will. I hate when it does that. I will update you tomorrow. So I got real close to finishing this last night. I didn't finish it when I first got up. I got really busy doing stuff, but I did finish it. I love something to talk about. Joe and Emma's relationship is amazing. The development of the relationship, the side characters, the conversations, everything about this book is amazing. And it's a 5 stars. I have to say it's one of my favorite reads, and I'm so glad to have reread it. Before I do end the vlog, I think I'm going to turn on the computer and show you her other release and the cover and what's that about, and the book she has releasing next year that was supposed to come out this year, but it didn't. She had a new release come out. So I think that got pushed back to next year. I will show you all that information and read you the synopsis, but I'm just gonna, I don't know, I feel so warm and fuzzy. I love it. That's how I know it's a 5-star. It's absolutely amazing, and I want a little novella. I want to see how they're doing now. I think it came out in 2020. I don't know if these characters are mentioned in her other book. I don't know. It ends perfectly, beautifully, but oh, I just love it, Joe and Emma, and I can't wait to see what other characters. Meryl. I think it's Meryl. Sorry, my dyslexia. I'm so bad with names, but I want to say I can't wait to see where this author goes next. And once I have the computer fired up, I will show you the cover for her other book and the synopsis. I don't think the one that was supposed to come out this year has a cover yet. If it does, I'll show you that as well. So this is the book by Meryl by the author. Mistakes Were Made. This is the cover. So it says, when Casey Glenn goes off to an off-campus bar to escape her school family's weekend, she isn't looking for a hookup. It just happened. Buying a drink for a stranger turns into what should be an uncomplicated, amazing one-night stand. But then the next morning rolls around, and her friend drags her along to meet her mother, the hot older woman Cassie is slept with. Erin Benedict came to family weekend to get closer to her daughter, not have a one-night stand with a college senior. In her defense, she hadn't known Cassie was a student when they met. To make things worse, Erin's daughter brings Cassie to breakfast the next morning. And despite Erin's better judgment, how could sleeping with your daughter's friend be anything but bad? She and Cassie get along in the day just as well as they did last night. What should have been a one-night fling quickly proves impossible to ignore, and soon Cassie and Erin are sneaking around. Worst of all, they start to realize they have something real. But being honest about love between them, worth the cost? Alright, that is one that just came out this year. We also have The Hopeless Romantic. It says it comes out in 2023. Oh, sorry. It says it comes out in 2023. It says a woman who does not believe in love and a hopeless romantic start a dating podcast only to discover nothing tops the charts like a real deal. April Lasman doesn't believe in love. Why should she when every man she's dated has disappointed her? If only her mom would get the memo. April would rather focus on landing an upcoming promotion at work than a man. So when her brother offers her a deal, he'll get their mom off her back if she co-hosts a dating podcast with his best friend Violet. She reluctantly accepts. Violet Williams is in love with love. She's everything April usually hates, peppy, optimistic, and somehow impossible to even dislike. The odd couple makes even surprising charismatic co-hosts of The Hopeless and the Romantic. Each woman goes on one date a week, April with a man, Violet with a woman, and they discuss them on the podcast. As the show goes on, April's never quite connects with her dates, and soon the only thing getting her through them is the chance to rehash with Violet. It isn't until Violet's ex-girlfriend shows up that April begins to wonder about her feelings for her co-host. Has the romantic convinced the cynic that love exists and becomes the object of her desire? There is, I think, one more. Alright. Then there's this one, Cute. There's no information on it, no synopsis, but it does say it comes out in 2023. And no cover. So that is it. So far, I think there's another one. Hold on. Probably should be staring at the computer. Something to talk about. Arrow Whisper. I hope the AC noise isn't too loud. It's kind of hot in here. There is this Grave Lessons Plans Where the Red Fern Grows. There's not a lot of detail about this. I just think it's a grade saver, so it's just about school, but she is, it says by her, an author, and then Gabrielle Lockhart, editor, so there's that. That's all that I see that she has projects for now. I am looking forward to what she has coming out next year, and I want to read that. I really love this book, and I can't wait to get this book. Can't wait to read The Hopeless and the Romantic, which I think that, as I said, this was the one that was supposed to come out this year, but it didn't. And then Cute must have just been uploaded to Goodreads, because last time I checked, the only one coming out so far was The Hopeless Romantic. I am interested in all of them, and I can't wait to tell you more about this author, and hopefully you guys read some of her books. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. I definitely enjoyed reading this book and talking to you about the author's next projects, and that's it for now. I'll see you next time. Bye!